CNN data analyst says it's gonna be difficult for Kamala Harris to beat Trump. I believe so too, but I don't put anything past the Democrats though, as far as shenanigans go. But we're gonna talk a little bit about this. We're gonna play the clip. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. Also, check me out on X, where I'll be posting stuff all throughout the day. So, but let's talk about this news here. This comes from the Gateway Pundit's Mike LaChance. He reports that Democrats and the media are acting like the switching out of Biden for Kamala Harris solves all of their problems. It does not. Even CNN data analyst Harry Enton is reporting that based on the numbers, it's going to be difficult for Harris to beat Trump. This will become even more clear as new polling emerges in about a week. But Red State has the details. The Democratic power brokers are trying to pump up the excitement for Kamala Harris because she has a limited amount of time to lock up the nomination before the convention and avoid any effort to have a floor fight that might dethrone her. She's gotten some consequential endorsements from the elite. Rep Nancy Pelosi appears to have come around now, and George Clooney is on board as well. Why does George Clooney have so much power? I don't understand. Of course, that's not to say anything about the rest of the country who don't care much what the elite think, and that's really the problem for Harris. She's not popular. In fact, she's even less popular than Joe Biden, according to some polls. As I previously wrote, former President Donald Trump is still running ahead of her, as even MSNBC's Steve Kornacki, or however you pronounce his name, had to admit. But now that's more bad news for Harris and CNN data analyst Harry Enton. He put a damper on the propaganda parade. He said, quote, all of the excitement that the Democrats have over Kamala Harris is going to be difficult to beat Donald Trump, he said. So let's play the clip here. Okay, here we go.
CNN senior data reporter Harry Enton joining me now to run the numbers. There is a lot of excitement. We have not seen this kind of shift in tone from the Democrats in particular. I can't remember a time where we've been through something like this.
This has been the craziest month in American politics that I can possibly recall. It was less than a month ago that Joe Biden and Donald Trump were debating in the CNN debate.
Less than a month.
Less than a month. We had a failed assassination attempt. We had a president literally saying, no, I'm not going to run for re-election less than a month before the Democratic National Convention. But here is the thing, Sarah Seidner, for all of the excitement that Democrats have over Kamala Harris, it is going to be difficult to beat Donald Trump, and I want to give you an understanding of why. Let's take a look here just first at the favorable views of Donald Trump. We know that Donald Trump has historically been unpopular. But take a look now. After the Republican National Convention, in the ABC News Ipsos poll, he recorded his highest ever favorable rating at 40%. That's not a one-off. Take a look at the Quinnipiac University poll, 46%. That's the highest ever in that pollster. The fact is, Donald Trump is more popular now than he ever has been before. So, yes, Democrats can make this switcheroo, but they're still going to have to beat Donald Trump, a Donald Trump who is stronger, Sarah, than he has ever been before.
It will be interesting to see how voters respond to all of this. Now, how is he doing relative to Harris, who did run at one point? What do those numbers look like?
Yeah, so let's take a look here, right? We've been focusing so much on how Harris was doing better than Biden in the polling, and that's true. If we take a look at the national average, what do we see? We see Donald Trump up by 1. That's a within-the-margin race, right? That's a close race. But remember, of course, in the national popular vote, Democrats tend to do better there than they've done in the Electoral College, at least when Donald Trump has been running for president. So last time around, when Joe Biden barely won in the Electoral College, he actually won the national popular vote by 4 points. So at this point, Donald Trump is running 5 points better. 5, that's a 5 of some sort. 5 points better than he was 4 years ago against Joe Biden. So at this particular point, whether you look at the favorable ratings, whether you look at the horse race polling, we see that Donald Trump is doing significantly better than he was doing 4 years ago at this point. Kamala Harris is going to have to do better than this, of course, if she wants to win the popular vote, but more than that if she wants to win the Electoral College, where she'll likely have to outperform how she's done nationally, because the fact is, if you got to tie it in the national popular vote, that is probably not good enough if you're Kamala Harris and you want to win the election against Donald Trump.
That's why I think, oh man, we got to watch out for these shenanigans. Y'all know I can't say anything more than that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to this article here. Wait until Harris starts doing more media and begins laughing in the middle of answers to serious questions. That's her coping mechanism. She laughs when she's nervous, and it's very off-putting to people. A lot of people, it's just very off-putting. And so I think, I don't know how she can overcome that between now and any type of interviewing and stuff that she's doing, because I mean, it's, again, she can't help that unless she seeks some help. But her appeal will sink, and it won't take long. And I know it's gonna be very interesting, because the more she talks, the more people are gonna see how incompetent she is and how unintelligent she is, and people already calling her out on her policies from when she was a California AG and stuff. So I don't think she's gonna do anything better than Biden. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.